Hi, my name is Mr. Flynn, and I'm going to be your seventh grade history teacher this year. And I'm excited about you coming in to my class. It's all about his or her story, as you'll find out later down the road. If you have any questions, you can always email me at pflynn@wfisd, or when we get our Google Chromebooks, you can go ahead and send me a message through there. Or when we get to the end of this presentation, I'll kind of encourage you to join Remind and have your parents join Remind, because then you can send me a text message when you have some issues or concerns, or if you're going to be absent. I'd greatly appreciate at least a real quick message to let me know, so if you're going to be a long-term away from the school, I can send you some material through the Google Classroom. So let's go on and get on with the presentation. A little bit about what you're going to learn today is that you're going to learn a little bit about classroom expectations, rules, and what you need to be successful in. And by the time you do that, you should at least know that you set a good example for others and excel in this classroom. What's a little novel about my classroom, guys, is that you're going to be doing what we call a flipped classroom. So your homework assignments, and I know you're probably already groaning about that, is going to consist of usually a video and a Cornell note taker. I'm going to go ahead and introduce that, and you don't have to worry. We're not going to launch into having any videos today or tomorrow, not until probably a little bit after you get your Chromebook, so I can kind of explain what my expectations are, and you really know how to do this so that you can be successful at home or outside of this classroom. So that's the neat thing about it is that when we do a flipped classroom, when you watch those videos, it's going to be an introduction to you. So when you come into the classroom, we're going to be discussing those things and what you learned, and also we'll be doing a lot more activities and projects and things that typically you wouldn't have done in sixth grade. Okay, so that's kind of an exciting thing. And most of my kids last year, they'll tell you it was always kind of novelish because they never knew exactly what we were going to do that day. A little bit about me. I was born in Virginia. I'm really old. I was born on December 31st. For most of you, that means that I was born on New Year's Eve. I've traveled around the world a little bit. I'm a retired military man, and why I became a teacher was I wanted to kind of repay one of my teachers who never quit on me, and I wanted to kind of say that, you know, her kindness made me a better person. Of course, you'll find out that I'll brag about my family a little bit. Mrs. Flynn really has made me a better person. So let's go ahead and launch into that. So this is my family. My daughter Tori on the right, my son Spencer. My daughter is going to Texas State working on her master's, and Spencer is finishing his going to be starting his junior year at Texas A&M, and he's going to be doing some industrial engineering stuff. And my wife, we've been married for about 30 years, going on 31. And she's from North Dakota, and so that's where I met her, and she's just a great person. She is what makes me better as a human. This is our dog, Hondo. He's kind of a mixed dog. Yeah, notice the Aggie thing, but all those play toys back there, but that's his area. He kind of hangs out in there. And so my expectations is, what do I need you to bring to class? Well, that's really simple. You need to bring a 2-inch binder. That's really important because you'll notice that I've got some colored boxes off to the side there, and each one of those is going to be a class, and you guys are going to go ahead and put your binders in there. And when you get your note takers filled and completed, I'll ask you to go ahead and 3-hole punch it and put it in there so that you have a reference for when we do assessments. And yes, you're going to hear me say something about testing, but it's good for you to have some kind of assessment. I want to know what you know and what you're mastering in my classroom. And that's all about content mastery in this classroom. That's what you're going to hear a lot from me this year. If you want extra credit, I'm going to tell you this straight up. If you bring a box in of Kleenex, even as late as next week, I'm going to give you extra credit. In fact, I'm going to talk to you about a bank. I set this up every year. If you bring back a box of Kleenex, if you bring back your report cards, your progress reports, I'm going to give you extra credit points for just doing that. Okay? And this is a bank. You're going to put the money in. You're going to put your extra credit in. And when you're not having a good day or you bomb a test, guess what? You get to make the decisions of pulling that out and using it toward that grade. I think that's a great way to teach you responsibility. I think it's a great way for you to understand how to use a banking system. And this is going to further develop your understanding. And most of you maybe already have a bank account. Well, then guess what? You'll understand the process, just the thing. But for those that have never done this, this is going to be a responsibility you're going to manage. And I think it's important for you to manage it well. And you make decisions, and you tell me when you want to do it. And I guess what? You got to send me an email and say, Mr. Flynn, guess what? I'd like to go ahead and tap my bank, and then guess what? We'll take it out, and we'll put it right toward your grade. Does that sound good? Now, I want to make you understand that is not for your overall grade, not your 6-week grade, not your 3-week progress grade. That's toward an assessment or toward an assignment that you didn't do well. We'll go ahead and put that in. So does that sound good? I hope so. The next thing, you'll notice up in the left-hand corner of the front of the room, there are 5 posters, okay? And today, I'm just giving you a modeling of expectation. This is my teacher instruction. So today, I'm kind of going to be giving you a little bit of this. You're actually watching a video, so I'm not actually going to sit up here and talk to you for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. You're going to watch this video, and this is going to fill that requirement. But you'll notice that when we talk about champs, okay, your level of communication is a 0. That means you're not talking, you're listening to me. If you have a question, you're going to want to raise your hand, and you work on the activities that I give to you. Now, we're going to break in a little bit, and I'm going to put you in small groups. So I'm going to ask you to do some discussions about what you learned today, and then we'll kind of capstone this or kind of end it at the end of this period by just hearing what you all learned, okay? But if you follow these rules, okay, you follow each of these steps when we're in these particular learning engagements, you're not going to have any problems with me. I'm not going to have to really spend any time explaining my expectations because they're right up there for you to view. And it's your responsibility to follow those, okay? It's you the one that is in control of your behavior. It's your control to be a good model citizen, a good bar-wise eagle. And so I'll expect you to follow these. And I think they're very simple rules. And if you follow these things, okay, trust me, between the combination of capturing kids' hearts, where we shake the hands and get to know each other and build that relationship, using these 2 blended things are going to be making you a very successful student in my class. Okay. Of course, I can't escape work. I'm going to tell you straight up, this is not directed by me. I don't come up with this percentage. Exams are worth 40%. Homework and classwork is 60%. And basically, it's either a green or a blue in Skyward. And so, if you bomb a test, it does have a heavy weight. And so I want you to understand it's important for you to prepare well and use this time appropriately to get ready. Now, we're going to talk about Quizlet. We're going to talk about all these great things that are out there that make this class really interesting and fun. But if you even take a few minutes of doing these simple things, I guarantee you're going to be successful in my class, okay? No class time is given up for any makeup work. Hey, if you miss a class period, it's up to you to fix this, okay? You've got to do right, okay? And don't expect your friends to basically hang you over copied notes and you just copy them, okay? Because I'm going to expect some good stuff from you, okay? Tests must be made up with an arrangement, okay? I can do this at 7 a.m., but here it is. I'm going to need you to give me feedback on that. Either you send me an email, your parent sends me an email. I'm always after school, after 3:05. I'm available for you, except for Mondays. And the reason why is Monday I can't cover because I'm going to be out in the front, covering the front. And so zeros are recorded if you don't do any work. Guess what? You've known that policy from 6th grade. Things don't change there. Always do your best. Take your time. I got to tell you, you guys that rush through this material, if you rush through it, you sometimes don't always do so well. Be respectful to others. If somebody's talking, give that person the opportunity to convey what they need. And don't laugh. You might not think that it's the right answer, but let's be professional, okay? Let's be great bar-wise students. Here's a big thing. Don't chew gum in my class. I don't care if you come in and you spit it out, or you're sitting down and you realize you forgot to spit it out, but here it is. I don't like seeing gum underneath, and if I catch you doing it, and I will catch you, I catch the kids that are always chewing gum. I mean, don't try to think that you can hide it under your tongue or do all those quick things. I've been teaching a long time, and if you want to play that game, hey, guess what? You lose respect, and when time comes when you need a favor from me, and you don't follow my expectations, you're not respectful to me, guess what? How do you think that relationship's going to be, okay? And we really need to work on that. Hey, if anybody knows Mr. Freddie here, Don't throw paper and trash on the floor. Don't mark the desks with your graffiti. If you love art, show it on a project. Okay, you're going to find out Coach Flynn is terrible at art. Okay, I make stick figures. Okay, you guys can have your laugh. Every time every student that's walked in my class has laughed at me about it. And I can take that, okay? But I want you to show that in your effort, okay? And follow the daily procedures. They're that simple. Tardies, hey, I'm going to give you a warning the first time. I'm going to give you a warning the second time. Third time, I'm going to give you a D-haul. I'll call your parent. Fourth time, I'm going to do a D-haul, and guess what? I'm going to call your parent again. And then fifth one, I'm just going to go ahead and say, hey, your actions are not following the expectations, and I'm going to do an office referral, okay? And I'll let one of the APs handle that. Last but not least, this is critical, okay? Get your parents to sign up for this remind, okay? It's in the letter that I'm going to give you today. You guys do the same thing, okay? Enter that code 442-333-4753 and then put at F026. You're going to get into my remind, and I'm going to send you messages to remind you about assessments or reminding a project, or even if you have a question about something, an assignment, you can go ahead and text me. I'm not going to answer you after 7:30 p.m. unless your parents are the ones that direct that text message and they say that it's okay for me to contact them. Okay, but there's going to be evenings where I shut my cell phone off. Okay, so understand that. All right, so now let's get ready to learn. How does that sound? Are y'all excited about being in my class? I certainly am, and I hope you enjoy the whole entire school year with me. Well, let's be successful, and let's be great Bar-Wise Eagles.